Do I look like Toby from the Labyrinth? Oh. Hello. Okay. So things are a little chaotic right now. We have someone fixing our roof on the porch. I'm pretty sure he can hear every word I'm saying, but I can't be bothered. And I may be walking around the house like a stealth level in a video game. I would prefer not to be seen in these PJs publicly. Just for you, baby. I was gonna wear my other PJs, but I apparently spilled coffee on myself 3 separate times this morning, and sometimes I surprise myself with how schlubby I can be. It is time to make another New Year's gown and do an end of year wrap up kind of video. I did this last year, a little bit after New Year's, so this is before New Year's, so I'll actually be able to wear the dress in my house. Not going anywhere. Let's get down to business. Basically what I'm going to do is sew, which is surprising because I have not done that in over a month, I think. So I am definitely going to be a little rusty, and I have to go dig all of my sewing stuff out of storage. For the design of this dress, I was thinking on my list, never-ending list of dream outfits is the golden dress that Rita Hayworth wears in CoverGirl, which is a lovely film. But basically she has this whole dance scene, and it is the swooshiest dress I've ever seen upon my 29 years of Earth living. We're gonna do that. We're gonna try to. I wanna create my own gravitational pull when I swirl around in a circle. Hopefully I can make this in a day. Before we do that, this video is sponsored. To talk a little bit about that, here is sponsor Rachel. You can't tell where my shirt ends and Frodo begins. Hello. This video is sponsored by Farmville, which I talked about a few videos ago, and I stand by my statement of it being the freaking cutest game. Listen, okay, I don't play a lot of mobile games, but when I do, they have to be wholesome. So if you don't know what Farmville is, or you weren't on the internet in like 2007 when Farmville first came out, basically what it is a free-to-play mobile game where you have your own little farm and your own little farm animals. You get to name your farm whatever you want. The focus on Farmville 3 is like little baby animals, which is so stinking cute. And yes, I'm still trying to work on Nick. I haven't lost hope for goats. Basically, you just log into your little farm and you complete tasks, you grow supplies, grow little animals, make shelters for them. You can trade, play with your friends. It's just a great way to kind of escape for a little while. Personally, I come downstairs and I make my coffee and I snuggle up on the couch with my own little farm boy. Farm boy, can you fetch that bucket? And I just zone out for a little bit, and it's really relaxing, I don't know. So yeah, if you want to check out Farmville and start your own little virtual farm, you can head to that link in my description and download it for free. Thank you so much, Farmville 3, for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, let's start making this dress. Oh no, I look like a frog. Oh no. All right, whatever. So for fabric, I visited one of my favorite sources, which is Fabric Mart, and basically they sell dead stock fabric. And that's gonna be one of my goals for the new year, is to not buy any like new fabric from Joann's or whatever. Really, really pretty gold fabric. 100% polyester, but it is what it is. I think I got 8 yards for $40 or $50, so not super cheap, but I also ordered a lot of yardage because I want to make this skirt extravagant. It's pretty thin and a little bit sheer, which is not ideal, but I think it'll work fine. Very important swoosh test. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Essentially for the skirt, I'm just going to make a gigantic circle skirt that's floor length, or I'm going to try to. It does not look like the dress is gathered at the waist all that much when I watch the video and look at pictures. It's a little hard dissecting how the dress is made because, you know, it's not the best quality of reference. It looks like it's pretty flat to her hips, gathered a bit in the back to create a little bit more volume. So that's essentially what I'm gonna do. The top, I guess we're just gonna try to drape it on my dress form and see what looks right. I might use one of the bodice patterns that I have just for like the back and maybe like the waist. So I guess, you know, I guess we can get to work. Here we go. Excuse me. The roof guy was tapping on the window to indicate that they were done. I ran upstairs to get Nick. I can only imagine how alarming this situation must have looked. All right, now that those are all cut out and my wrist is feeling swole. Hello, can I get kisses? Oh, thank you so very much. Now that these are all, I already said that. Yeah, so I have 7 panels, which honestly is not as much as I thought there would be. I thought with 8 yards, maybe I could get like 8 different panels, because that's usually when I use this skirt pattern, it's usually what I come out with, but I think we can make 7 work. So now I am going to pin all of these back to back together so that I can bring it over to my sewing machine. While we do that, I figured we can talk. How are you? I hope all of you had a lovely holiday if you celebrate Christmas. Nick and I kind of had a weird Christmas because we had to be very cautious with sicknesses going around. So we spent Christmas just here by ourselves, and then we had to push all of our family stuff back a week. So we're gonna be doing all our family stuff for Christmas this weekend. Nick and I aren't sick or anything, but you know, there was a case in the family, so we all just wanted to be triple sure that we were being cautious. And then yesterday was Nick's birthday. Usually our birthday days are basically we get to do whatever you want all day. We went to a bunch of bookstores, and then later we saw Nightmare Alley. I bought way too many books. We went to a smaller family-owned bookstore, and then we went to Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble cashier. When I strolled up with my literal armful of books and board games, she was pretty much the embodiment of the surprised Pikachu meme. One of my goals this coming year is to read a little bit more, and by that I mean read at all, because I don't really read. So I'm gonna try to set up like a couple nights a week where we can just chill out and like read together, just read our own things. We have about 3 different rooms in this house that we really kind of don't know what to do with, and are going to therefore turn them into studies or libraries or reading nooks. I feel pretty justified in buying an obscene amount of books and board games. I also got him a VR headset, so we've been playing with that, and oh my god, absolutely wild how fast your brain just adapts to its environment. Is like, yep, this is my reality now. He bought this like medieval fighting game, and I tried it. I made the mistake of using the analog stick to move. Let me tell you, the immediate reaction was, huh. Your character is like zooming forward, but you're staying still. My body instinctively just went, like there was some like G-force or something. It was wild. But yeah, we've just kind of been chilling out and doing that. Pretty laid back holiday. When I tell you I am so excited for this new year and making content, sort of a bittersweet feeling at the end of every year when it comes to my channel. Part of me is so excited. I have a notebook of ideas that I just keep adding to. I basically have the whole year's worth of content just written down already. So that part I'm super friggin' excited for. In the new year, my plan, more sewing content, obviously. Making stuff out of other stuff. I basically have been dabbling in that for a while, but I just love the idea of like recycled materials going into making clothing and seeing what I can make out of something else. Also want to get back into cosplay videos, perhaps with a vintage twist, perhaps not sometimes. I gotta do what makes me happy, and for me, a lot of that comes from cosplay. Something I really want to start doing, maybe as a new series. What? How did that happen? Hawa? One of my favorite things to do is mashups. 2 characters mashed into one, but make a cosplay out of it. So I think that'll be kind of fun. I want to get back into doing more vintage stuff. Kind of fell off that boat a little bit. I miss making outfits, and I miss styling things or themed outfits, maybe like character themes, you know, just a bunch of other stuff. But that's the general overview. Keep making content that makes me very happy, but also try to make content that I think other people will be excited about. That is the other half of my New Year's feelings every year, is that if I don't hit my goal, sometimes it leads to feeling a little discouraged. It's very hard to avoid that. As happy as I am that I get to do this for a job, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Not making a goal, not really making the growth that you were so confident you were gonna get. Bruh, this sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sucks. Basically 1 million subscribers was my goal for this year, and I thought at the beginning of the year that we had a pretty good chance of making that. Pretty much halfway through the summer, I realized that I didn't think that was gonna happen. It just, things really got stagnant towards summer and fall. YouTube is so freaking unpredictable that a lot of times I just give up trying to figure out what it wants and just do what I want. I'm gonna continue doing, but you know, I think I'm allowed to say that it is a little disheartening sometimes when you have this goal you want to reach and you don't reach it. Regardless of whether that's YouTube or a job or any kind of goal that you set for yourself, if you don't make that, even though you work really friggin' hard at it, it sucks, plain and simple. At the end of the day, being hard on myself about it is not going to do anything. For this new year, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. If we grow on this channel, great. And if we don't, it's fine, I guess. I'm gonna keep making videos that I think are funny and I have fun with. This is fine. I just try not to think about that too much. The impending doom of my channel plateauing and then fading into obscurity hangs in the back of my head constantly, and I don't really like to think about it. This switch to short form content is absolutely terrifying, and I really enjoy making videos that explain things. I know those are the kind of videos I enjoy watching, so I don't know, friends. I think what I'm probably going to do is put a little more effort into short form content, continue making my longer videos, but put a little bit more effort maybe into TikTok or Reels, or even YouTube has its own shorts thing. See if maybe that's a way to draw in new people while still having my regular content. I don't know. It's all just a big old game that I'm not very good at. But for the most part, I'm very happy. I love doing this and I love making videos, so I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. That's all I can do, man. That's all I can do. And we have to sew this, which I honestly am not looking forward to. Fabric is very like slinky and slippery and stretchy. So those are the 3 S's of doom. I do really enjoy sewing skirts though, I'm not gonna lie. I know what I said in a previous video. Sewing sucks. And for the most part, it absolutely does for like 70% of the process. Skirts are my exception. I very much enjoy sewing skirts because it's like repetitive, and at this point I feel like I don't really have to think about it. All right, let's see what this looks like. Not bad. Let's get to sewing. So now that the skirt is on its way, I would say like medium level swooshability. I probably should have added 1 or 2 more panels to make it like really impressive. I apparently did not order enough fabric for that, so we're just gonna have to make do. It's fine. which is basically my life's mantra. For the top, I grabbed a couple patterns that I think could work. This one, I like to stick with ones that I know will work. Also grabbed this one, although this one is a little tricky because basically this is all one pattern piece and the bodice is not separate, so I would have to finagle it and probably fold it over. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm basically just gonna make the top. 2 layers for the lining and the outer piece. Take that and add on top of it the ruching of the chest. I think that will be easiest for me to figure out. So this needs to be tight. Otherwise, I don't know if my bubbies will stay in place. Pretty important if we want to stay monetized here. So let's get started. Let's pin these babies together. 'Tis the part in the sewing project when I become my own reflective light source. So in addition to all those kinds of content this next year, I definitely also would love to do more collaborations. I don't know, I would love to like do some projects with my favorite creators. Maybe this year we could do in-person collabs too. I think that would be a lot of fun because I feel like part of my personality that nobody really gets to see on YouTube is I really enjoy interacting with other people. This past year, I have been like uncharacteristically extroverted, which is a real shocker for me. I think I'm getting a little bit more confident in how well I can get along with people. I feel like I've always been pretty good at like adapting to other people's personalities. I don't know. I really enjoy listening to people. Somehow I want to incorporate that into my channel. I don't, as you can tell, my plans for the next year are only sort of fleshed out. I like people and I like stories, and I want to find a way to incorporate that into my regular kind of content. I had a fun year. Was able to make some cool things. I don't know, I had a lot of fun making videos. I feel like I got to make some really cool stuff and try some new methods, which is something I also want to carry forth into the new year. I want to teach myself some new skills and learn how to make stuff. That's one of my favorite things to do. Wow, that's a look. I look like a big old present. I think that'll work really well. So I'm going to do that whole thing over again for the lining. Here we go. I made the lining and the outer layer. I know my seams are not pressed, but I don't know where my iron is. So please forgive me. What's happening here? Hold on. Okay, so the 2 layers on top of each other, and now we can turn inside out, and we have. So what I'm gonna do from here is probably put this on my dress form and then drape some fabric, some of that ruching, and I'm just gonna like probably sew it right on top. And then after that, I can make a waistband. Let's see if we can do some Rita hair. I did my usual set, but I made it a little bit more orderly, and then I did like a comb over, but it's a vintage comb over. Go ahead and whoop. Yeah, done. Let's move. Oh no. I got a little bit more finagling to do, especially with the bangs, because I look sort of like a cockatoo. But then we can get dressed and see how this dress fits. Let's do it.
We've got some loving to do under the moon. The skies are starry and bright, the birds are sleeping at night, and there is no one in sight.
Wrap up time. Here she is in all her glory. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with how this came out. A little bit to my amazement. In all honesty, I did not think that the ruching here would work. It's a little messy because obviously a normal professional would make this an invisible seam and just, you know, but this is me we're talking about, okay? This is me. Now, because the source was a 40s movie and not very clear, couldn't really tell what her strap was made of. Assuming it was just a very thin fabric of some kind, maybe like a cord or something, I decided to roll with what I had, and that was like an extra chain, so I sewed it down here so that it would pull up here a little bit. I think it works from close up. It's a little weird. It's a little bit 80s. In fact, I think this whole entire outfit could scream 80s if I did like 80s hair and makeup. Double purpose if I want to go to film noir party or an ABBA concert. You know what I'm saying? For only having a day to make this, I think it might be up there with one of my favorite things I've ever made. I feel like I'm saying that a lot now, but I don't know. Like I said, it's messy in some bits, like the waistband and the zipper on the back are a little wonky. If I had taken the time to measure these out instead of just eyeing it, it would be a lot cleaner. But is it really me made if it doesn't have at least 3 glaring flaws? No. Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you had a lot of fun. I just want to thank you for being here the past year. If you're one of those people who is constantly watching my videos as they come out, just know I thoroughly appreciate it. Also, if you're just a casual viewer and you check in every now and then, that's also awesome. Thank you. And you guys made it all possible and all so worth it. Make me excited to make things and show you like a little kid during show and tell. Here's to the new year. Here's to new exciting content, hopefully, and hopefully, you know, some more laid back, chill content as well. I know some of you like that. I'm gonna try my best. And as the infamous dad proverb goes, I'll see you next year. Once again, thank you Farmville for sponsoring this video. I will have all of that and the download link in my description if you want to go check that out and start gaming. I love you, whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Fridays and we have fun here. And I will see you in my next video and next year. Bye! Focus, please. Hello? Why do I look like that? Hey, end of... No. Am I gesturing too wildly? Why do I keep spilling coffee on myself? I can't keep letting myself get away with this. God, I'm schlubby. It's also kind of... Are you focused on me? Yes. Oh my God, my knees. I'm old. Eye boogies, hold on. Ew. If you don't unwillingly scrape eye boogers off of your dog's eyeballs, can you truly call yourself a pet mom?